here in Manly Vale at the old TD Preece and Co. This is where I worked for many a year. It's been left abandoned for the time being until they either refurbish it or knock it down. We're going to see if we can get on in and see what's left. That's what? Make sure you pull that behind you. Yeah, it's still the same as it is in the someone's tried to kick the door in. Alright, get into the little key, push it all the way up to the top, and then lock us behind us. See the letters built up?
That's right, clockwise or anything?
No, yeah, that way. Keep on going up. That's the one. The letters are piled up. Yeah, just check to see.
No. It's a deadlock. So I have to leave that unlocked.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Bring back memories?
Yeah, it looks like kids have been through here. Oh, look at that, rain again. Our cooler is still here. Okay, these are the north-facing offices. Across the road here is KFC, and this window's open, so this is how the kids get onto the ledge out here. And graffiti. So this used to be a young lady called Tanya. She used to be in this room. So I used to head up here all the time. Anything in here? This was the kitchen. Yeah, everything's still left in here. Here's the kitchen. Lone wolf calling wolf den, copy. Yeah, there are the clusters. Little hand spear. Someone's sleeping. Really?
They're not there now, but there's a bed set up.
Really? Where?
Yeah, just in the next room where it says, honestly, don't go in this room. On the wall.
Bed in there? This was the conference room. Can you just tighten that, the bottom bit there, Matt? Yeah.
That's it.
Get the old wetsuit. So this was the conference room. This is where we all sat down and they all hatched out plans here. You reckon they'll demolish it completely, or
Yeah.
you reckon they'll just refurbish it?
Oh, this one's clear water.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, no, this is filtered water. So that's you'd have to, the guy that would come in and change the filters in that one. I'll have to take my cooler out of here. This used to be Chris's little room. This is where I used to come in this room and ask for pay rises. So his name was Chris Port down here, and that's my yard down there. So once we get down there, oh, they've taken all the shelving away. Look at that big machine down there. I can't wait to get down there. All these lights, we used to use a pallet on the forklift to change all these light bulbs, the globes and stuff like that. I just hope those roller doors are open down there. I'm not quite sure who used to be in that room. This used to be Glenn's room, I'm pretty sure.
What about that one?
Yeah, see, and I've got a poster like that at home actually. Yeah, I've got one of those at home. Can't believe our cooler's still here. They never called us back to take a cooler. So this originally here used to be a place where they make water beds. So this was acquired by the Preece family, I think either late 70s or early 80s. and this place here was used to keep all their household possessions. So I was always up here changing things around. Storage, yeah. Always up here changing things around. But originally this was a waterbed place, and this down here never had a roof on it. This roof was put in later. Oh, beauty. Everything's still open down there, so there's no roller doors closed. How did they get that machine up here? I have no idea. Tell me, Mav, how did they get that up here? That was down, that was not here, that was never there. So I don't know how they managed to get that from the bottom, if that's where it was, but that was not there. There used to be all pallet shelving all the way from that wall, all the way up that way that we used to keep.
No, it's been there for a long time. It's hardwired.
Well, that was never,
It's all hardwired into that board.
that was never there when I was here. So
Well, you haven't been here for a long time.
it's been since the year 2000, so that's been put there since after the year 2000. What is it? Yeah, all right, we'll head down there now. These used to be places we used to get dressed in, change rooms.
Yeah, that's right. It's like.
I've never been in there before. I don't know what's there. I didn't even.
It goes outside.
What'd you say, Matt? I don't know. I've never seen this machine before. Well, I'll have to wait down and have a look at it, but I can't remember it. They've gutted everything.
Well, they have to if they're going to rip it all down, I guess.
Yeah, so this was my yard here. So I could spend an entire day, if I had a container come down that roller door there, I could spend all day here just taking stuff off the container and putting them on the pallet jacking here. These are all the clean rooms. So no, this room here had the compressor where Dive Centre Manly would come and they'd get all their bottles filled up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's from downstairs. This is where the compressor used to be. Over here you had a saw where we used to cut the lengths of the spear guns. So you have your 2 foot, 4 foot, 6 foot spear guns. These are all the tubing used to sit, and from here used to go on that little bandsaw there and slice them all up. This room here is where we used to clean the cylinders. There's a C on it, yeah, everything's still C on it. That was my dunny there, Daz. We all had pretty much a dunny that we all used to favour. This was my one. I can still remember counting down.
Celsius, what's that?
What is that?
Celsius.
Celsius, neoprene dye boots, yeah. Yeah, this is where we used to clean the cylinders. So there used to be like a little table where the cylinders used to spin around on. We used to have a wire brush on like an angle grinder type thing, and clean them on here. Where are you, Matthias?
He's just in the next room. He's got a speaker.
This is where all the parts were kept for the valves, and there's one of the air conditioners. That's what the original air conditioners that they used to make in the 60s. Yeah, no. I've got one of these. I've got one of these at home. Yeah, that's probably put together by me.
Hornet.com.
Yeah, pretty much left everything, haven't I? Hornet.com. This was all a clean room. See how it's all painted white. We had all the parts that go in the valves and the regulators and stuff like that. Couldn't get any dust on them. And then this over here, these were clean rooms as well. In here. This is where Peter used to work in all these. These are pretty much cleared out. So these rooms originally here were used for something else. I know that there used to be a guy that used to fix guitars, And I don't know what the other ones were used for. Regulators, that's what they used to make in here.
Box of Coca-Cola here.
Full box of Coke?
Hey, here we go, Matt. Rubbers for you. Matt, some rubbers.
Empty cans.
For the gun. Rubbers for the gun.
I don't know how the gun works, I'm just walking out, I'm using it as a walking stick.
Don't
Yeah.
forget there's on the end there.
And you pull it back. It might snap though, just be careful.
Come on to this thing here.
More triggers.
Yeah.
USB on the back.
Yeah.
Well, it's bringing back some memories. Symbol camp. Yeah, that's a press from downstairs. That's what used to press the moulds on the sides of the air conditioners. Strictly no admittance. And they've boarded up all the windows down there too. That's the there's my office. Well, not my office, but it used to be Joseph's office there. God, it looks a lot smaller now from what I remember. This is where we used to stack the boots that go on the bottom of the cylinders. We used to stick them all up there. They used to be all different colours. And my mother used to work over here. This was my mother's window right here. That's her stickers. So right here is where my mother's table was. This is where she sat for 30 years. And over on this section here is where they used to put the wood guns together. So over here is where they used to lacquer and stain the wood guns. They would then hang them on the clothesline here to dry. And you can see all the lacquer on the floor here. And from here, they'd go over to Graham, and Graham would be putting the wood guns together. There'd be a table here. And then from here, they'd go over to my mother and myself, and we'd pack them to ship overseas and wherever else they were going to. This little office here, Joseph's office, originally, this one here, used to be right here. When I first started in about 1987, I think they used the forklift. They got it around the back of it here, and they pushed this all the way over here. And that's where it's remained. So I spent many an hour in here talking with the foreman at the time, who's still the smartest guy I've ever met in my life. I still remember when I first bought my Tirana, the sunroof didn't work, and Joseph had a look at the car, and there was a little piece missing, and there's no way in the world I'd ever buy the piece from anywhere. So he pulled the piece that was there, one piece that was there, and it was tiny. Got on the lathe, and just made me another one on the lathe. Anything in any... that's the top storerooms. We'll head up there in a second. I want to see if my... That's next door, yeah. That's underneath her. I want to see if my name's still on the back of these stairs here. Where? I know, it goes up to the top storeroom. Kids have all left these
That's
over.
what we're thinking of coming in when we drove past 6 months ago, so we should come in here.
I'll tell you a story with this here. When I was gone and came back, they told me a story about this rampy and the guy that used to work the forklift. His name was Mark. He used to just fly up and down this ramp here. And he's come down here, he's carrying a whole pallet load of paint, and one of the paint has fallen off and smashed. Paint drizzled down, no brakes, all the way down and smashed into here with the back of the forklift. So that was in the time when I was gone. Have a look on the back here, Mav. Can you see cold chisel or anything written? I'm pretty sure somewhere here. Oh my goodness. GMH 308, GDR XU1, Tirana 72, Cold Chisel lives on, 73 to 83. This was my little area here. This was where the tumbler was.
That would have been worth a bit of the distraction.
What is that?
I think it's parts for Holland and Sydney.
Yeah, this is the original.
Premier.
This is the original factory here. There was nothing else. This was it. So all the top level and the level above that, that was built afterwards. This is where all the hard stuff was made down here. I can remember Brad, Mark, and a guy called Helmy had the worst acne scars. He used to work what we used to call back then called the Takisava machines. They used to make the valves and everything. Oh God, I nearly slipped. You know what that thing is there, Mav? What does that look like, the yellow thing there? Spray booth. And this was the original offices back in the 60s and 50s. Before anything up there, this is where everyone sat back in the day. Don't you love that musty smell? Doesn't it smell to you of the 1970s?
Where'd all the soil come from? The plants.
I'm pretty sure that's my writing. No smoking, thank you. That is definitely my writing. And it still remained. This is where Mark and Brad used to sit in here and do nothing. Whenever I was bored, I'd come down here and sit with these guys. And this is the main entry. So here we're facing Condamine Street. Across the road here is Bingley. You can't really see. But to get in here, we'd have to go around the other side. And pick the lock. You want to open this door, Matt? How were the original stickers, those badge light stickers? Some behind it? That's right. I'll tell you another story as well when we get out here. That Joseph guy, anything you asked of him, he'd do for you. And I was walking down here one day, and in the corner down here, had a fantastic PA system up there. And he goes, mate, we'll get it for you, no worries. But there was a foreman down here called Reiner. And he goes, oh no, we won't tell him. But then when the sirens went off for morning tea and lunchtime, nothing would go off, and Reiner couldn't work out, you know, why nothing was going on. And this was the PA that I had in the front of the Cortina that we used to cruise around. Yeah. And that's where I got it from, up the top there. Used to climb those ladders up there. They used to store. I might try, see if I can get up that ladder. You going to try to climb up there, Matt? That'll hold you, don't you worry. Just watch your head up there. There's a little room back. Another one. Go have a look in there. I forget what the room back there was. Was that a switch room or there's a door? Yeah. Go up and have a look what is in there. I remember going in there for something. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, this would have been the power room for down here. Yeah, this is where all the hard work was down here. So everything got made down here and then taken upstairs to put together the assembly upstairs. Have a look at this lunchroom, Daz. In the middle of summer, you couldn't sit up here.
Oh, no, I was just looking at it.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There was that.
Bells?
Huh?
Bells?
Bells?
Yeah, too big bells here.
Yeah, when the morning tea and lunch breaks happened. Yeah, the Bundy machine was just down here. Right on the wall here was the Bundy machine. What is that? Yeah. I'll come down and have a look. There used to be showers down here. I don't know if there's still is. Yeah, showers are still here. These are change rooms. I don't know what that is. Okay, this is where all the paint. This is where all the paint was kept made on the right-hand side here, and you can see the brackets up here that used to hold the big conveyor that used to go all the way down to the bottom wall down there, and it used to go all the way around. It used to hold 100 bottles.
Bottles of what?
The cylinders, oxygen tanks.
Oh, trying to watch like
Yeah. And there used to be a huge conveyor on this side here. So the conveyor used to come all the way from the back wall to about here, and that used to take all the air conditioners from the back there, and the industrial air conditioners that Alcare used to use from us as well. And on that very last concrete beam up there, that was my go-to phone, because everywhere had a phone. So up here, because it was right away from everyone, this is where I'd call Dutch at Captron in Brookvale, and I'd go, could you just let Bernard Lindemann know that Fuzzy Badalla's on the phone? And I used to, so that's exactly where I used to call everyone from, just here. This was right out of the way. This was filled with machines up here, so no one even knew that you were here. Fuzzy Badalla. Over here used to be crates upon crates of motors. There you go, 3-speed motors, 1-speed motors. These were all for the air conditioners. You got a blue light?
It's UV.
Oh, UV, yeah.
3-speed motors, 2-speed motors for what?
For the air conditioning, for the industrial air conditioning, you know, for Alcare and stuff like that. So this is where we used to put them together here. We used to spot weld, the spot welder used to be just there. So you used to spot weld the housings here, that then go on the conveyor, and then on the conveyor here, that we'd put in those fans. What's this little thing, Mav? I like little stuff like that. J-car.
Nerd Perks, J-card. Like a member card. Simon Tassis.
I don't think so. Look how the windows used to open back in the day. Used to pull them out.
Warning windows.
Yeah, my writing might be here somewhere.
Low production.
Azzy, yeah, I know Azzy. Azzy used to live here in Manlyvale. 1996. Let's hit it with 32,000 lumens. You ready? That's it. Yeah, I think it is. Unless it's scaled down. I think it's scaled down, maybe. Right where you're standing now, Daz, I'm pretty sure that big machine up the top there is the press. That's where one of the original bosses lost his finger when he was a young boy. Forgot to pull the guard down. Look how close the building next door is now. You know what used to be across the road there, Mav, as soon as you open that door? It was either Mossman Smash Repairs or Condamine Smash Repairs. And then they...
Condamine was the next building on the corner, the last building, before IKEA or whatever it is.
Well, it might have
And
been...
this one was Mossman Smash Repairs.
Mossman Smash.
They had this one.
Yeah.
And in Kenneth Road as well.
Yeah, Mossman Smash Repairs, yeah.
I worked at Condamine Smash Repairs. Well, I worked at Mossman Smash Repairs a week and walked out.
Yeah, I got... Yeah. What was that, Daz? That's for the conveyor. So this used to start the conveyor that used to go, that loop around the ceiling, that used to hold the oxygen tanks.
Overseas orders. Carol's number over here, 9492129.
This is an old section here. Let's go see if we can get up to the top storeroom. Wow, this place used to be an institution. Used to be the leading spear gun manufacturer in Australia back in the day.
Probably the only one.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just like everything now. Everything's just gone to shit. See this little office here that he does? This originally used to be down here. And we pushed it from here with the forklift up to here to be closer to people coming to. Yeah. And here is where they kept all the knives and everything. Was it? Oh, there's a buckle. How they used to. How they used to pack the buckles. Yeah. A few things left here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some memories flooding back here. I've sat in this office many a time. What are you doing, Mavericks? Oh! What is that? Oh, regular. This is where I used to work here, Matthias. This is where we used to check the valves on the cylinders. Can you see any marks up the top here on the ceiling? Because when those things blew, it would just strip the thread and it'd hit the friggin' ceiling. They told you never to put your head over.
God, this was that.
Oh no, look at that, huge.
That's freaking awesome.
I'd say once they finish the building next door, they'll start on this one. Sometimes in heavy, if it rained for about a week, this whole section here you'd be ankle deep in water.
Oh wow. It's the Vale stuff.
Yeah, no, it's close enough.
Close is it? Yeah.
All right, let's go see if the upstairs is open. We'll go up the ramp there. See that door straight ahead of you there, Mav? If we walk up the stairs, they look pretty rusted. We might fall through. Head straight up here and see. Yeah, Mav through it. Yeah.
There's a drawer full of them there.
Oh.
I think the nest is there.
Man, I used to catch the pigeons up here. There's a camera right there looking right at us. Two of them. On the wall.
Hey, pigeon.
Yeah.
That's one of yours.
You know, that's where I used to... That's a baby one too. See the face hasn't developed. So in this corner here was the original guy, Bob Preece. He used to store all the skateboards and trucks and yabby pumps and all the stuff that made him money in the 60s and 70s. Those didn't have much... No, well, that had nothing to do with it afterwards, but look at this place, my goodness. I remember that sign, they used to take that sign to the expo. There's my forklift. I used to stand on the back there and fly up and down here with that thing. They moved the storeroom up here, for about 8 months one summer. We sweltered. So we go, no, we can't do it anymore, we have to move it back downstairs again. Yeah, they used to take that to.
That's a good sign.
Used to take that. Oh, okay. So now I know where that door leads to. That leads back up to the front offices.
And it's double-sided.
That's what? Yeah. Double-sided sign. Yeah. American pickers would love that. Just be careful no one sees you, man. Many a time I've been on that roof there fixing leaks. I was really skinny back in those days. And I'd always send the lighter sail on the roof so you don't fall through. Yeah, you're right about that. Alright, let me pause here and we'll start up again down below.
Yeah, I was just going to be a 6 foot one. So it's like 6.
Okay, well, I think the tour's pretty much complete. This was the top storeroom here.
But yeah, sometimes.
So you reckon this will be demolished?
Yeah.
And they'll start from scratch, you reckon?
Yeah, this will be unit at some point for sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you so.
Yeah, just like next door.
Just going to walk downstairs, just see if I can see my name graffitied anywhere else.
There's a handful of them.
Those pictures have been there for as long as I can remember. Look at that shit, that's been built up for 20 years.
So is this supposed to be spring loaded, this one, something, is it?
Yeah, there's a little spring.
Yeah.
I can fix it at home, I've got springs at home.
Still springs?
A little bit, not much.
Yeah, if you find one of the spears on the ground, pick it up, you should be able to put it in theory. If I see one, I'll pull it out.
Oh, there's a whole box of stainless steel ones, just down there. No. What's stainless steel spears?
Oh, yeah, I'll pull it out.
Mav, can you take a picture of this?
No.
These are all the people that I used to work with. They were the people up in the offices. There's no Lena there? Lena. Can't see out these windows anymore. There used to be a nice view out there to the block next door. We can't see at all anymore. Lee Gong. Used to work with the Lee Gong. Let's say he would have chalked his name on there. This is the lacquer, where we used to dip the wood in the lacquer, and these little pegs here were used to hang them up on the clothesline over there before we assembled the guns. Hey Daz, you got a Mako? Mav, you got a spear here? Matthias? Huh? You got a spear here and a Mako as well. The Mako goes on the front of the spear to harpoon the fish. It's only a 2 foot 6 spear.
Oh, they're looking there.
Yeah, that spear there. Yeah, and that spear will go into that. Oh no, it's too small. Oh, you heard a door. I think you better go. I'd be careful what you walk out with too. These stairs are seeing better days. Look at the rust. It's got a hold of those. And this takes you back up to the storeroom. Did you have a look at these stairs here? What's left of them?
No, I can see through the window.
Can you see some timber in there, Daz? Can you see some timber in there? Yeah, so that's for the wood guns. So what they used to do, they used to dip them. This was the lacquer trough. So they used to dip them in lacquer here and then hang them up on those, yeah, and onto the clothesline over here.
And then what's this bottom trick for?
That's for the rope. So you don't lose the rope. So the rope goes with the spear? No, it's to, yeah, that's right, yeah. So that goes to the spear. But the rope's hold the spear so you don't lose it. All right, let's make a move. I've got one at home if you want it.
Does it work?
Oh, does it work? I should have shown it to you how I put it together. It's custom made.
Full custom job.
It's a full custom job.
Right, I better borrow that off at this stuff when we go down south.
Yeah, you can borrow it for sure. Now let's just walk into my yard one last time.
There's something there, just a roof.
No, there's a roof. The roof never used to be here. The roof was only put on afterwards. These were all... There they are, Mav. See, this was the boxes that we used to put the fans in.
What?
The boxes we used to put the fans in. Preece fans. So even with the original number, 9480273.
Yeah, no double nine.
No
One
double
Kent
nine.
Road, Manly Bar.
Australian made. Yeah, this press, man. I don't know why it's ended up here though. Oh, Mav, did you notice this or not? Did you notice this? I know now what this is. We used to play pool here, and this is the pool table. Yeah, it used to be up there. We used to play pool at lunchtime. Wow, that's seen better days. You know, oh, there, look at this big siren here. I can remember Monday afternoon, I'd be itching. That's the press that was used downstairs. Can you see the bit? Huh? Oh, the sides of the fans?
What fans? What, we used to air conditioning here or something?
Industrial fans, yeah, that sit in the roof.
So it had nothing to do with Sea Hornet?
No, we expanded in many different things, yeah. Sea Hornet, TD Preece was a part of Sea Hornet. So not only...
That's a massive press.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's like 100 tonne or something.
Yeah. That's where he lost his finger on one of these. Look at this, look at the wrenches.
Unbelievable.
See the wrenches? The size of the wrenches. This used to be downstairs, just next to the spray booth there.
Just this plate of steel here would weigh...
I don't know how they got it up here. This used to be downstairs.
Mate, this is custom built.
I'm telling you, this was
never downstairs.
this was only put here after the year, probably 2005, because when I used to deliver water here, this was not here.
Mate, that's custom built purely for here. Hydraulics and everything.
D. Preece.
And we got the hydraulic pump. Unbelievable. It's a serious piece of kit, this one.
Yeah, they're often downstairs. Yeah, I don't know why they put this here for, but this was never here. The roof's collapsing up the top there. Be careful. Oh, here's another thing they used to make. Did you see those?
Is that the one you run across the water on?
Oh, I don't know. I think it might be just for this. Oh, yeah, it might have been for. Water skiing.
Yeah, just on like thin water, like
Yeah.
the board.
The skim boards.
Yeah, like a skim board.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. All right. Ooh, she's cut off.
Your torch.
Yeah.
No regular investment.
Well, I haven't.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, I haven't charged it. It's straight out of the box. It probably.
What about your old ones?
Yeah, I still got them at home.
They still got
Yeah, still got 'em.
Follow the camera up there.
Where?
Two cameras.
Yeah, that's Glenn's office. He used to watch us to see if we're working and stuff like that. I'm just seeing if there's anything written here from back in the day. Kimberly Clark, I remember that guy used to come in and put the toilet paper in. No, nothing. Nothing. All right, let's go, kiddies.
Alright.
Let's rock and roll. We've done the tour.
Turn gas in the hole.
These are all the receipts from back in the 90s when I was here. Do they have signatures on there?
Arctic Sea Hornet.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, so they stapled on top of the bag.
Yeah, on top of the bag. Yeah. Discount Freight was the guys that used to look after us back in the day. Okay, let's go, Matthias. Make sure you hide that. Huh? An oven?
The other one's an oven.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It could be, Des.
Looks like a mini kiln or something they used to make stuff in.
Yeah, possibly. That's that door that where that big sign was
They're
over
trying to
here.
get through.
Yeah, they're trying to get through. Another little storeroom. What was behind here? Yeah, where's it go anyway? Dead end. Okay, well that's the tour of TD Preece, aka Sea Hornet. I can't believe our cooler's still here. Forget what year I was delivering water here. A little bonsai. Is that a little bonsai base, Daz? What's that? Would have been, yeah.
Yeah. Well, record player.
What is that? A record player?
Record player. Like the 1800s.
Oh, it is too.
Well, the big.
There's the industrial fans. We used to make those as well. They come out of the mould. What is it?
Cartridge recording tape.
That guy.
Echo.
That guy.
Echo. Diving magazine. Sports diving magazine.
Not dirty now.
Yeah, no. Okay, that's it. Au revoir from TD Preece and Sea Hornet. No doubt this place will probably be demolished in the next couple of years. It was bought from we've been told by Nick Scarley.
Oh.
So what they're going to build it into, I'd say maybe shop underneath, units above. So. I've just come out on the Condamine Street here just to see what the original building looked like. So this is where it all started at the front here. Sea Hornet, underwater diving equipment. So we were just inside that roller door there. That's the original emblem. Probably be from the 60s or 70s, I think. Look how close this building. This is where fish out of water used to be. See the sign on the side of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them asking Glenn if they were allowed to paint it on there. Have you seen the little house down here too?
I didn't put a DA in for this one originally.
Really?
Yeah, the fish out of water.
Oh, for fish out of water, yeah. Where's that moved to now?
Oh, no, I think it's gone.
No, it's down, I think it's down in Brookie or something. Look at the windows that are smashed where we were up the top there.
Yeah.
I can't believe how close they've come to the building. Have you seen this derelict house or the skeleton of a house down here? I don't know what it was back in the day. It might be heritage listed because they've not touched it.
This is like one of my smashes.
No, it's next to that.
Oh, God.
It was. I used to look out the windows of them fixing cars all the time. Oh, Mustang Smash, okay, yeah. I remember people living in here when we were kids. I don't know why it's never been demolished. There's the stairs coming down. Imagine coming home from here after a long, hard day's work, straight down. Where's the front door? Must have been off to the side. And under here, Mav, is the tunnel that goes all the way under this road, Rosebery Street, comes out at the park there. You reckon it was a house? I think it was originally a house. You know, there was nothing here when I was a kid. Next to Freedom Furniture, here used to be one vet clinic, and there was no Burnt Bridge Creek Freeway.
No.
You'd have to go up,
Yeah.
up Condamine Street. It was just bush. Does it look like a home? Just one? It's just one floor. There's no...
walls up in here at any point.
Yeah.
No,
This is where they built skate for skating.
little jumps and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. They've actually concreted this. They must have asked the workers to concrete it for them. So what? They'd come down here. So this is where you'd stand up here.
Start there.
Start here and come down this way.
Try to make metal ones.
Yeah, they would have made metal ones here. They would have jumped over this.
That's the grind rail.
Yeah, they put the base of the skateboard along here, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Freedom! Freedom! Okay, that's a wrap. To think we go searching for abandoned places all over the place, and we've got one right here in my own suburb. Have you ever played in that tennis court up there, Mav?
No.
We used to as kids. I don't know if it's still going. So.
No idea. How do you get to it?
Through the back, up Kenneth Road, and there's a street that turns left just up where you park there. So, all right. See you later.